Hi, how are you? Thank you for inviting me to this interview.
Good morning. I'm great. Thank you for asking. I'm excited to be here and to learn more about your experience. Let's dive right in. First question. Can you tell me a little about your background and what motivated you to pursue a career in human resources?
Yeah, so I've worked previously as a HR manager for a project where we were hiring technical assistants for different governmental institutions, and they were providing and they were assigned in advisory positions. And it was both challenging and exciting job for me because I've learned a lot from those advisors too, because they're very technical people, they were very experienced. At the same time, I was also enjoying interviewing them and hiring them for those positions. And that's motivated me to keep this position because you always interact with different people from different background, and they have different approach for solving problems. If it's an engineer, their solution for a problem is step by step, and they're trying to illustrate the problem as an algorithm, and they're trying to uh, shape it as steps, and they have to take each steps or to get to the last steps or put them all together, and that will give you a solution. And also from social perspective, some people are they're very good in social problems, and they have very good solutions for that, and they know how to interact with people, how to communicate with people in order to overcome certain challenges. So that's the beauty of HR. If you're in this position and you're trying to pursue better in this position, you'll be always dealing with different people. You'll be always different set of challenges for you, and you will be always dealing with something new in life. And also, it's a very social position because you have to meet a lot of people, talk to them regularly, and that's motivated me to become an HR manager.
That sounds like a fascinating experience. Working closely with technical advisors must have provided valuable insights into problem solving and teamwork. It's great to hear that you enjoyed the interview process, as it's a crucial part of HR. Now, for the second question. How do you approach conflict resolution in the workplace, especially when dealing with differing opinions among team members?
So I would first trying to solve the conflict, trying to give them advice, solve the problem in a most unofficial setting instead of escalating the problem with HR. So that would be the first step, my first recommendation to them, so that they can go and have a lunch somewhere, talk about their differences what makes them disagree and how they can overcome that. That will be the first step recommended to them. If they're not able to solve their conflict personally, the second step would be to talk to each individually and try to listen to them and understand that what are their concerns. And finally, once I find the concerns and documented those, then I'll provide them an opportunity, like what are their solution to resolve this conflict, what they think, what from their perspective, solve this problem, to handle this problem effectively. So we'll learn that from them. If they had an effective approach into that, we'll incorporate that into our resolution. If they
It's commendable that you prioritize informal discussions and open communication as initial steps in conflict resolution. Encouraging team members to address their differences directly can foster a more collaborative work environment. Now, for my third question. Can you share an example of a successful HR initiative you have led in the past and what impact it had on the organization?
Yeah, so the organization I was working for had a goal to hire or employ around 80 technical advisors within a year. And once I was hired by them or given the opportunity to work for them, so with my team, we were able to hire 80 advisor within 6 months. So we met the goal within a very short period of time. That was one of my successful stories in HR. And the biggest hurdle or the biggest obstacle for hiring those advisors was that the team was trying to go case by case, and that took a very long time for them because there were different institutions, different governmental institutions, and they were trying to put them in a queue, and based on that, they were taking one, trying to do solve the problem case by case. But once I was deployed there, so I had a different approach. Instead of doing that case by case, we suggested let's do that or divide those governmental institutions among us or put them in different clusters like human resource clusters, finance cluster, defense cluster, and we put them in such categories and then put different institutions inside those clusters, and then provide responsibility of hiring for those institutions to each individual in the team, and thus we can speed up the work and we don't need to put everything in the queue, but we can all work together at the same time, but we can hire for different institutions, and this will speed up the work. So that was my, and the impact on the organization was that we had our advisors within a very short period of time, and they were providing solid consultations and advice to governmental institutions in order to enhance their uh, services and the quality of the services.
That sounds like an impressive accomplishment. It's fantastic to hear how you were able to expedite the hiring process for such a large number of technical advisors, and the approach of dividing responsibilities among the team must have contributed significantly to its success. Now that we've discussed your experiences and approaches, I'd like to provide some feedback based on our conversation today. Rating and feedback. 1. Background and motivation. 4/5. You expressed a clear passion for HR and your previous role, which paints a picture of your dedication and interest in the field. A bit more clarity on the skills you gained would enhance your answer. 2. Conflict resolution. 4/5. Your approach to conflict resolution demonstrates a thoughtful and calm strategy focused on communication. It might be beneficial to mention any specific outcomes from such resolutions in the future. 3. HR initiatives. 5/5. This was a strong point in your interview, showcasing your ability to lead successful initiatives and work collaboratively with a team to achieve significant goals quickly. Overall, you've provided a comprehensive view of your qualifications and experiences in HR. Thank you for sharing your insights today.
Thank you very much for having me today. Have a good day.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. I appreciate you taking the time to share your experiences and insights. If you have any further questions or need clarification on anything, feel free to reach out. Have a great day and good luck with your job search.